Okay, Mr. Chu, you want to try, or maybe Yiming? Okay, so let's see who is here today. Cynthia, Eve, Casey. Okay, what is the things that usually want to look at when we want to check is the stock come with reaccumulations or not? Now, reaccumulation start, of course, it happens in markup. Okay, hello Tony. Okay, it happened during markups, right? And the price is actually far from 20 and 40 MA, right? So most of the time it will be lots of momentum, pre-trending, okay, and they make a big distributions, right? So the second thing most of the time is that what happens is that they based on daily chart, they will cuts below, okay, or maybe break below, okay, 2040s. Okay, of course, at the time we still don't know yet is the price is going through reaccumulation or distribution. Then the next few things actually is very important. Can anyone want to highlight what is the things that we should look for to ensure this is a reaccumulation, not a distribution? Okay, any members here want to try? What's the things next? Okay, after you break below 2040s, how do you ensure there is a reaccumulation but not a distribution? Okay, SOS. Okay, what type of SOS? What type of SOS? Okay, hopefully you'll still remember. So if let's say you all need some refresher, okay, go back to the 7-day series again, right? You want to just watch again. Okay, what is the criteria or the formal setups? High volume up bar to stop. Yes, correct. We want to have a high volume up bar. Okay, high volume up bar. Okay, and that's later on. Okay, because usually we need a high volume up bar first. Okay, in order to stop the downtrend. Okay, and it crossed back to 2040s, right? It crossed back to the 2040 MA. Then followed by we will see, hopefully we'll see some NS or some test bar, okay, holding bar on the 2040. So this is some of the steps or maybe criteria that we want to see, right? If let's say they are going into reaccumulation, okay? So this few counter actually I personally think that they are in the reaccumulations right now. Okay, some of them actually trending very nicely. Of course, Genting M seems like they hit resistance again, and now seems like they are going back to 2040s again. Probably not ready yet, but overall still in a very nice reaccumulation. So today we're going to look into these few counters. Okay, I will combine as well with the weekly chart. Okay, with the weekly charts. So another thing is that what you can do is that you can use the 1 month, okay, against 3 months. Okay, if let's say for those that are looking really long term, you can should be 3 months first. We should look into 3 months first, followed by 1 month. Okay, if not, you use the 6 months, okay, against the 3 months. Okay, so what we want to do here is that we want to look for stocks that have been in a very nice uptrend previously, but recently, probably for the past 1 month to 3 months, they actually slowing down. Okay, so potentially they will build a reaccumulation from there. So for example, if let's say for example 3 to 1 month, okay, this is what happened. Maybe this is in May. Okay, June. This is July. Okay, for the past 2 months ago, okay, from May to June, the price have been trending up. Okay, going into July, the price started to slow down a little bit. Okay, so most of the time what happens is 3 months. Okay, for the past 3 months, okay, maybe the price has go up for 50%. Okay, for the past 1 month ago, probably they just moved 10%. Okay, so from here actually you know that okay, these stocks having a very strong background previously. Okay, they go up, and then now seems like for the past 1 month they have been slowing down. So chances for you to get a reaccumulation is very high. Okay, so this is what I do as well. I go to industrial sectors, industrial screener. Okay, from here as well, the growth FA screener as well. Okay, let's go to the first page. Okay, you just sort 3 months. Okay, and against 1 month. Okay, so this is how basically I look for stocks that maybe they are going to some reaccumulation. Okay, so of course for PNB Tech, I think the 1 month actually is just less than 5% from 3 months. So this is telling you that the stock currently is been trending. Okay, it's brain training. I'm looking for something like at least half of the percentage from here to here. Okay, so which means that 3 months is 50%. Okay, 1 month should be below 25%. Okay, so at least half of the 3 months. Okay, so to tell us that okay, they are actually like slowing down a little bit, doing some reaccumulation. Okay, so I think BP plastic, BP plastic kind of fulfill criteria 34% to 12%. Or maybe let's try G-Share, but G-Share remove as well. Okay, Hexstar Global, okay, 23% to 4%, right? So let's look into Hexstar. Okay, so this is what I mean. Past 3 months ago, trending. 1 month ago, you can notice that the stock actually building reaccumulation. Hopefully seem like here, right? Hopefully seem like here, and they got a chance to make a follow through. Okay, so type of 1 for me if you understand so far, or maybe you are you still can follow so far, but type 1 for me, please. Type of 2 if you're confused. Okay, so this is a few ways that actually you can use it to spot some good reaccumulation stocks. Okay, now we're going to go into these few counters over here. Just let me know. Okay, let's say you're confused, you need me to explain another round. Okay, just type a 2 for me, so I can explain how the 3 month and 1 month works. Okay, from the screener. Okay, good. So let's look into Pardini. Okay, this is our first counter for today. All right. Okay, let's check the weekly chart first. Okay, so recently I like to look into weekly. Right, study the trend is very important. Okay, high volumes. Okay, double bottoms. Goes up, trending well above 2040s. Right, we got sound strength. Okay, a small red pentagons. A temporary pentagon for a few weeks, okay, but price didn't break below. Okay, remember in one of the section we talked about red and green pentagon in weekly chart. So if let's say, for example, in let's say this red pentagon here, right, but let me zoom in. Okay, this red pentagon, I just draw this line and this line. Right, notice the price didn't break below. Okay, so there's no continuation of weakness, but the price actually successfully crossed back, okay, with green pentagon, and volume is increasing to the time. So this is what it means by the strength is more than the weakness. Okay, so strength overcome the weakness. Okay, so you got chance for them to hit the resistance, and hopefully they are building a very strong another support around this area, right? So by looking into weekly chart, few things that also you want to pay attention to. Okay, of course, here try resistance. Notice when the price going back to 2040s, the volume should be low. Okay, the volume should be low. Okay, so again, this is also one of the things that I want to look into. Okay, I forgot to add over here. When it cross back to 2040s, okay, yeah, this is the one. Okay, test bar, NS bar and test bar when they're back to 2040s. Technically, when you say NS and test is low volume. Okay, is low volume. Okay, so example, few bar, okay, from here, so low volume. So we want to see that. So looking into daily charts. Okay, let me erase. Okay, so this is the first one, break below 2040s. Okay, notice the volume. This is the up bar high volumes. Okay, up bar high volume. So subsequently, the price didn't break this level and is served as a main supports. Okay, serve as main supports. Okay, here will be your next resistance. They need to break. Okay, I think in the same time too, if you look into daily chart, they are building something like a VCP, right? So recently there's some high volume coming in back again from the 2040s areas, right? Today, of course, it's a down bar, but so far volume is still low, right? So hopefully towards the end of the day, volume remains to be low, to at least show us that okay, this is actually still in a very good support. Okay, so against one here, okay, I think maybe they got a chance to form a VCP and make a follow through. Okay, so there's the first one, Pardini in day chart reaccumulations. Okay, now the next one, okay, let me know if you got any questions regarding the setups. Okay, probably I will stop and answer some of the questions here. Now the other one is GHL system. Okay, PSA also, I thought they got to make a follow through from here, but unfortunately they break below. Okay, on the 2040s. But subsequently they're still holding very well. The volume is very low. Okay, and when they break below the red pentagons too, the volume is kind of like average to low as well. Okay, not that high. Okay, few things you can do to ensure that you know, the chart come with a better confirmation. Probably you want to wait for another green pentagons crossing back to 2040s. Okay, of course, volume must be good. Okay, increasing volume to ensure that. So let's look into weekly. Okay, trending up. Right, so this is the area again. We want to look for low volumes. Okay, if you notice, this is the chart that actually come with I mean, based on weekly chart, right, you got lots of COC. Okay, so don't worry, this weekend we will learn about COC. Okay, especially for new members, if you don't know what is COC, don't worry, we'll go through about what go through this weekend. Okay, so we got green pentagons. Okay, on weekly chart as well, the green pentagon can serve as a support. Okay, so notice how this few COC actually supported well. Okay, right after the green pentagons. Right, so it seems like testing resistance, they failed to break. Okay, now they are testing, okay, around the 2040s again. Look at these 2 weeks over here. The volume is very low. Of course, this week the volume is like a bit increasing. Okay, but it's an up bar. Right, hopefully it goes to up bar this week. Okay, so we still got half days to go. So there's one GHL system. Okay, potentially also building a very nice reaccumulations too. Okay, OWG. Okay, it's a bit similar like My News and Genting M. Okay, it actually hit resistance, drop back, okay, back to 2040s. Okay, and now seems like they are trying to change the resistance again. Right, so I think it's like Pardini as well, something similar here too, if not mistaken. Just now we look into Pardini. Okay, let's check the weekly. Okay, now in this case here, right, we haven't really see the green patterns yet. Okay, for the weekly chart, right? But a few things again you can do similar like I think Pardini, right? If I'm mistaken, the first chart, right? This is red pentagon, right? This is red pentagon. You just draw over here, and this is the bottom, okay, of the red pentagons, right? So the following week after the red pentagon actually dropped lower, okay, but always still be above 2040s. Okay, of course, we don't want to trade, okay, when you see spring immediately, right? Like for example, if you have learned pullback, you know, from the masterclass from Sifu Fu, spring must come with confirmations, right? Spring must come with confirmation. So of course, for me, the best one, if you realize the bar here, okay, of course, this one kind of high volume, but let me zoom in so we can see better, right? Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, again, first thing first, okay, because some chart, especially on weekly chart, right, during sideway, it didn't really trigger the green pentagon, okay, but you can use the red pentagon to double check, okay, is the weaknesses still there, is the strength still there, right? The easiest one is you look into the top of the red pentagon, right? Most of the time, we want them to cross or break above, okay, so this is what we call the strength is overcoming the weakness, right? And the next thing is that, of course, we want to see higher volume. Okay, notice here the volume is higher than the red pentagons. Okay, so hopefully I can draw this correctly. Right, so when you cross it with high volume, so this is representing that, okay, the interest is still in there. Okay, so subsequently try resistance, NS, and seems like they are checking, okay, another round of resistance again. Right, daily chart here. Okay, potentially also is a VCP for OWG. Okay, resistance. Okay, so this is a big one and forming a small one. So okay, from first wave, okay, so we have around 34%. Second, we have around 15%. So definitely it's less than half. Okay, definitely less than half. Okay, so hopefully got a good movement soon. Okay, from OWG. Okay, so just want to ensure everything is okay. Let me know by typing an A, please, for me, if you still can follow. If you got a question, just type in there. Okay, so for like I said today, we just want to study some chart. If you got any questions, just let me know. Probably I spend some time to explain on the charts. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. How about others? Is it okay so far? You can follow? Okay, so far I only got one member respond. Okay, hopefully the rest is okay. And like I said, if you got questions, just type in there. Probably I will spend some time, okay, to explain some chart later on. Okay, so now the next one is minus. Minus is again a bit similar like OWG. It hit resistance, goes back, but this one it go below 2040s. But overall it's on the average to low volume. Of course, the other day almost turns to green pentagons. Okay, but in the end, it didn't have a very good closing and turns to red again. I mean, stay in the red again. Okay, so in this case here, I think best is that you want to wait for a confirmation of green pentagon because it's below 2040s. Okay, it kind of similar like if not missing GSR systems, even though in weekly chart is still okay, but you want to if let's say on trade based on momentum, you wait for green pentagon crossing back to 2040, like for example here. Okay, to ensure there is a momentum for them to hit the resistance. Okay, of course, volume you must short as well. Now looking into weekly, okay, weekly is pretty interesting because the weekly chart comes with pretty good volume. Okay, if let's say a high over here, okay, it dropped with high volumes, and suddenly higher volumes coming in again, right, from this side. Here, the first high volume, the trend over change. Okay, and then we got high volume, it goes up. Okay, from a UT, big resistance, right? Subsequently, reaccumulations. Okay, so let's look into daily. Okay, so kind of similar like just now also the OWG, right? First one, hopefully this is the second one. Okay, I do notice here got one more up bar already, high volumes. The bar that almost turned to green pentagon. Okay, so hopefully this bar will hold and the green pentagon will come back soon. Right, let's look back into weekly again. This is the area of low volume. Okay, notice here, tested bar, green pentagon up bar. Okay, this is the support areas that you should focus to. Right, so let's say the price keep moving sideways, you want to see the volume just getting lower. Okay, so this is representing that they are still interested to do a reaccumulation, okay, for minus. Okay, later perhaps can you explain chart you sent on QES as okay, sure. Okay, scan move is a bit disappointing, I think, because yesterday also in the morning is low volume, but in the end come a high volume. Okay, SCG is a shakeout trades. QES it failed to do a shakeout, but I think they still got chance because it dropped below volume. Okay, so let's look into the next one, Asia. Okay, Asia also almost hit resistance. So here, okay, let's start with weekly first. Okay, weekly. So we got lots of high volumes from here, a bit similar OWG as well, right? So it holds well on 2040s, low volumes. Okay, and now turning to green panel last week. But this week volume is still a bit higher, if you notice here. So probably you will make a little bit of temporary pullbacks. Okay, maybe sideways for a while, low volume before they can retest again. So overall, if let's say based on weekly chart here, this LC is still holding well. Okay, followed by low volumes for these few bars. Okay, but let's say probably it will hit the 20 first before they go to try on the resistance. But it's just still a bit high volume on down bar. Okay, so probably going to have some sideways areas here before they can try on the next resistance. Okay, but overall still in a very nice reaccumulations. Genting M as well, it actually hit resistance. Okay, let's look into weekly first. Resistance. Okay, we got uptrust. Okay, price unable to break above, and this week we got down bar increasing volume. Okay, a slightly increase in the volumes there. Probably going to retest again, right? So again, this is the area you want to look for low volumes. Now for members, if let's say for example, right, this is the things also on the highlights. If let's say for example, you're not so sure what is high volume, what is low volume, what you can do is that of course best is that you use visual to check bar by bar. By some chart, I understand it's a bit difficult to differentiate. Okay, what is the high volume, low volumes, right? So what you do is that you just go to these volume indicators. Okay, click on the setting and you put the volume M8. So by default, it will be based on 20 M8. Okay, so if let's say the price is, sorry, the volume is lower than 20 MA, that's considered low volume. So let's say above 20 MA, so that is high volumes. Okay, so you can use that too, because some chart, to be frank, is a bit difficult, right, to check, is this high volume, is this low volume. Okay, so you can use the 20 MA. Okay, so let's say close to 20 MA, so this is what we call the average. Okay, average volume. Okay, above is high volume. If let's say way too far away, that is climatic volumes. Okay, so good things, let's check the daily as well. So notice here we got high volumes down bar. Okay, so most of the time you don't want to see got high volume down bar from here. Okay, so this is telling you that, okay, maybe they will do an round of pullbacks before they're going to test again. Okay, COC all must same colors? Not really, not really. COC can be different colors. It can be red, it can be green. Sometimes it can be like, you know, unchanged doji. Okay, but most important is that the bar, the body must be narrow. Okay, don't worry. I think tomorrow, Saturday, okay, I'm going to go through again about COC, okay, during the masterclass sections. Okay, so WCT, also another nice one, building a strong sideway from here. Right at the bottoms, high volume, high volume, high volume, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Okay, so it tests 2040 on the weekly chart at least 3 times. Okay, so this is representing a strong support. Okay, green patterns as well last month. Okay, we've got some low volume this week, high volumes. Okay, checking resistance right now. Okay, I'm not so sure whether it will break above or not. Probably sometimes it will be like Gunting and OWG, or maybe minus, right? It hit resistance and make a pullbacks again before it goes up. Okay, so let's say it really pullbacks 2040, probably you want to check the next round of whether got sound strong or not. Okay, so example, just want to go through again how to look for this kind of reaccumulations. Goes up, okay, trending, cut below 2040s, drop below 2040s, right? Realize this volume here. Okay, hopefully this is some of the criteria you still can remember. Okay, just follow these few things to check your reaccumulation. High volume, if let's say got high volume, is good. Okay, because this is the bar that you want to check. Is the price overall is, you know, holding well in these areas or not? Right, so here, 1, 2. Okay, but now at resistance right now. Okay, so the risk to is not that great. Okay, hopefully if let's say you're looking for entry, it make a little bit of pullbacks and then, you know, it try again under resistance. Okay, so these are a few counters that I have. Okay, for quick one, for stocks that building a reaccumulation. Okay, probably we look into the stocks that I posted. Okay, so QES, like I said, is it didn't hold on the support area. Okay, let me write down first. Okay, SCG is a shakeout too. Okay, I think it comes with NS as well. In nature, I didn't really follow for some time. Okay, Tume Pro is reaccumulation. Now, Scam Wolf yesterday is a bit disappointing because last minute it come with high volume down bar. Okay, success. Okay, the other one I think you didn't include is Unicron. Okay, let's look into Unicron too. Okay, QES. QES, I will wait for another shake up to form. Okay, before I look for the entry. So okay, the other day we have this NS. Okay, this is the one that, you know, it still didn't show a good confirmation, and this is the bar that actually hold wells. Okay, but because of technology also pull back for a few days. Okay, so this one it didn't hold. Okay, above the NS area. Okay, let me erase NS. Okay, it didn't hold and it break below. But if you notice, okay, this bar here, it didn't come with high volumes. Okay, so I think they are still in the shakeout. Okay, and likely to have another you know, chance, okay, for them to retest on the resistance. Okay, so what I do is that, okay, I will put my alerts over here again, 80 cents, and I will put volume. Okay, I want to see high volume. Okay, let's say low volume or average volume, I'm not that interested. So remember the 20 MA lines volume here, right? So you want to park higher, slightly higher. Okay, so that you know that today is something high volume. If let's say up bar is the best. Okay, so we want to see whether it got a chance to cross back or not. okay, to this area and do a few rounds of testing. Now I think SCG, Sultan cable, it actually illustrates the good type, okay, with NS as well. Right, so very important to identify supports. Okay, so once you're able to identify supports, you know where you should shake out areas. So this is a clean shakeout. Okay, it crossed, even though it's UT, but it's a gap up, a bit similar to SciComm. Right, but SciComm, I need few more bars to confirm. Here, NS. Okay, and subsequently, seems like they are still interested to hit to the resistance. Okay, so volume on yesterday bar is still high. Okay, but today is getting lower. Okay, a bit similar to Jadi. Okay, I have to admit I kind of miss this trade because after that only I realized they completed the shakeout. Right, so here supports. Okay, we've got one round. They try resistance, UT. Okay, they drop another round. Okay, complete with a successful test, and now seems like they are heading to this resistance. Okay, so I think SCG is kind of similar like Jadi. Okay, let's go to success. Okay, let's look into weekly. Okay, success is also another good reaccumulation stocks. So okay, few things we want to look into. Definitely this is a nice reversal trades from here. Cross 2040s. Okay, we got pullbacks and now reaccumulations from here, right? Okay, NS as support. This is based on weekly. NS as support. So again, the same things, red pentagons. We put it over here. Notice that these green pentagons, okay, able to cross the red pentagons. And if you check the volume is good. Then it's way higher, okay, compared to the red pentagons. So this is telling me that someone is kind of interested and potentially they will have some action. So going back to daily, okay, so just want to know any for member joining right now, anyone here actually is from masterclass students? If yes, type a 1 for me, please. Okay, just want to check you know, if some of you actually is coming from the masterclass. If yes, type a 1 for me. Okay, good. So let's say you are coming from masterclass. Okay, I think that you know what is this bar. Okay, anyone want to highlight to me what is this bar? Okay, what is this bar? Hopefully you'll still remember. Okay, good. There's pocket pivots, right? Now, beside then these pocket pivots, right? Any other things that you think is interesting from this chart? Okay, what about this? What about this? Yes, correct. Okay, so we got a COC pocket pivots, and seems like the price current is still like testing and holding well above the pocket pivots. Okay, but which also turns to green pentagons. So of course, best is that you try to enter kind of near with a 20 MA to lower down the risk. Okay, so we never know. You know, sometimes it can break up successfully. Sometimes it drop further like scam move. Okay, so let's look into e-nature. Okay, VCP, I think it's pretty obvious from there. Okay, let's study the weekly. Okay, here, going through some reaccumulation. So we want to see low volume in these kind of areas. Okay, so yeah, some low volumes there. But this week still turns to UT, so probably going to sideways for a few more weeks. So, okay, but definitely, if let's say you look into dailies over here, they are forming some VCP. Okay, volume is increasing above. Okay, today is low volume. So let's say today low volume is nice. Okay, so which means that they are still building some support around this area. Okay, so if I think that in nature and success, they are kind of like similar. I think Unicro also very similar. Okay, let's look into weekly. Okay, good bar here. Change the trend. 1, 2. Okay, turns to red pentagon. Sorry, turns back to green pentagon. Okay, but we got a big upshots on the left hand side, and so there's the areas that they want to break, right? So I think if let's say you look into this daily chart over here, right, it's kind of obvious that you got a VCP2. Okay, this is the first one, 38%. Okay, so don't worry. This Saturday we'll go through about VCP as well. Okay, so the second one is 30%. So like I said, usually I kind of like when the wave is getting smaller. Okay, less than half is good. Okay, if let's say 30%, sometimes they'll do another round. Right, so hopefully this is the another round they want to do. Okay, hopefully test somewhere around here before they breaks out again. Okay, so that's Unicrops overall still in the nice reaccumulation. Okay, now we go to Tume Pro. Tume Pro, if not mistaken, they haven't tried the resistance yet. Okay, but daily chart is pretty nice. Okay, let's look into weekly first. Okay, red pentagons. Again, same things, reversal. Okay, reversal cross with high volumes. Okay, so this is what we call it as well during the 7-day series and the masterclass sections, right? How you want to check from downtrend to reaccumulation. Okay, so 2040 is the main one. High volume, then followed by lots of up bar with increasing volume. Okay, I think we got here some up bar increasing volume here as well. Okay, red pentagons, but overall is low volume above 2040s. Green pentagon, increasing volume, crossing back the red pentagons. Okay, let me repeat. Probably let me zoom in. Okay, green pentagons, red pentagons, right? So this bar cross above, volumes is higher. Sorry. Okay, volume is higher. So this is representing that the strength is overcoming the weakness. Okay, so another nice bar here. This is from last week, NS, holding more 2040s. Okay, of course, this week dropped a little bit. Okay, volume is still a bit average. Okay, hopefully next week the volume is getting lower. Okay, so which means that they are still doing some tests. Okay, before probably they want to try on the resistance. Okay, if I look into daily, okay, I was hoping there will be a nice closing today, right? Hopefully close within here. Okay, like I said, still got half days to go, right? But volume is very low today, right? Volume is very low today. If today you're able to close somewhere around here with low volume, okay, they are forming a very nice formation. Okay, what is the formation? Can anyone highlight for me? Oh, as long as you're talking, I'm understanding. Okay, don't worry. I think this kind of chartings, right, need a lot of practice. Okay, so that's why we got this weekly trainings, monthly trainings, or even sometimes you can ask me in the discussion group as well. Yes, correct. Pullback come with COC, right? This is green pentagons, right? If let's say today able to close at the supports, low volume, potentially is another COC. Okay, potentially it's another COC. Okay, now last one. This is, I say, a bit disappointed because yesterday actually, when I posted in the morning, the time is still low volume, but I think after lunchtime it starting turns to high volume down bars. Okay, but overall it's not that bad. I was looking for another round of, they're going back to 2040s with the green pentagons. Okay, if can. So a full pullbacks. Okay, currently if you look into scan wolf. Okay, scan move currently is trying around this area. Okay, so this is the area we want to see volumes getting lower with narrow spread. Okay, so the LC, because I'm interested, because why? Because the LC is overcoming this 2 UT. Okay, so hopefully they'll start to build some support from here. Okay, so but it's a bit volatile type of counters. Okay, if you don't like it, you can actually go to some of stock that we discussed just now. Okay, building a nice reaccumulation. You look into weekly chart to look look for the support. Okay, you just aim around the support areas. So I think like my news, okay, are still very close. What else? Tume Pro probably. Okay, I think still like very close as well. In nature, Unicrops, SCGB, SCG. Okay, hopefully they will make a a deeper pullback back to the supports too. Okay. Okay, just want to ask about KGB. Okay, the price is not dropped below the first UT on 22nd September. Okay, probably we'll look into KGB. Okay, and we'll close for today's sections. Okay, so the price is not dropped below the first UT on 22nd September. Okay, this bar seems to be holding well within widespread up bar with above average volume. Okay, is this a sign of trend or something that is hidden distribution on 15 September, somewhere around here? Okay. All right. Okay. So for me, to be frank with you, I think there is some distribution. Okay. Usually after this kind of widespread bar, right? I prefer to see some healthy pullback. Okay. For example, opcon. Okay. For example, just want to show you a few example. Right. Actually, I don't really dare to re-enter anymore. Okay. After this bar here, because it might be a distribution. Again, we will never know, right? Until the things happen. But there are a few things actually we can check. Okay. Which is, I think, using the hourly chart. Okay, for example, right, let's look into a TAFE, because this is some of my real example. Okay, real example, so I can show it to you. Okay, as you remember, I think I trade around this area. I couldn't shake out to be frank, so that's why now I learned already. Right, so if you look into this bar, right, this is a bit similar like buying climax, because at the time, of course, I don't know what happened on the left hand side. Okay, sorry, the right hand side. Okay, I don't know what happened to right hand side over here. Right, so at the time I thought it's a buying climax with a UT, high volume, so I exit, okay, from here, because kind of scary, right? But after that, price hold well and it goes up further, right? So the things that I think what I can do to prevent this, okay, moving forward, is using the hourly chart. Okay, now let's look into hourly chart. Okay, let me draw this area. Okay, anyway, it's a good question. Okay, because after this happened also, I will study this kind of patterns. Okay, what's the things that I should do, to ensure there's some interest is coming back in this particular chart, right? So if I look into hourly chart, okay, I noticed that most of the price here is actually holding well on 2040s. Okay, holding well on 24. If you realize also, this is the low volume areas. Okay, low volume areas. So again, low volume above 2040 usually is a good sign. Right, and subsequently they're able to cross the high volume area. Of course, here got a money shakeout. Okay, so this is telling you that probably this is some of the area that I can look for a re-entry back. Okay, if I'm unsure is there a distribution or not. Okay, if I look into opcon, okay, like I said, I still a bit worried to look for re-entry. Okay, but I've been monitoring for a few days already. The price didn't drop below. Right, so I can do. Okay, now this is hourly chart. Okay, so seems like price is still kind of like hanging closely with 2040s. No major sign of weakness. Okay, the other day it dropped. Okay, again, we go through what happening during reaccumulation. Right? It dropped, but the up bar over here seems like still holding well. Okay, so if I want to look for entry, probably I want to look for another green pentagons coming back. Okay, I mean to be safer, Right, so going back to KGB. Okay, again, at the moment, I'm not so sure whether it's distribution or not, but I think definitely there's resistance. Okay, because this is kind of increasing volume as well. But what we can do, okay, hourly chart. Okay, hourly chart over here. It seems like it's still holding well on 2040s. Okay, if let's say you're holding sorry, this is from Vincent, am I right? Sorry, from Alex. Okay, if let's say Alex, you're still holding. Okay, drop below this support, you exit. Drop below this support, you exit. Okay, similar one like Pasu cars. Okay, I try to give more example. Okay, usually this kind of formations, right? These are things that you don't want to see. Okay, if not missing Pasu cars, so again, I circle this area. Yeah, I think this is an example. Okay, so after a big distribution, okay, after a big distribution like this, okay, price sometimes will hold for a few more days or bar, depending what time frame you're using, but you don't want to see this happens. Okay, another UT below 2040s. Okay, so this is telling you that, okay, another round of distribution is coming in, not reaccumulations anymore. Okay, so if I want to answer KGB right now, based on the hourly chart, okay, it's still building around a good reaccumulations. Okay, but this is a support. Notice there's 2 NS. Okay, so be careful, okay, around this area. Okay, so hopefully I'm able to answer your questions. For cage out, you're planning for re-entry as TP earlier at 1.65. 1.65. Okay, if let's say you're looking for a re-entry, I think best is that you wait for the price to close with the 21st. Okay, wait for them to close with the 21st. I think safer in this way, right? For example, it goes up, like for example, it goes up here. Sometimes it will pull back because it's far away from 2040s already. But the best one is that you wait for them to close to the 2040 first. Okay, low risk entry. Okay, low risk entry. So this is what you want to apply the pullback methods, okay, from the masterclass. Okay, so with this, I think I will close for today's section over here. So hopefully, again, you'll learn one or two things, especially on the reaccumulation part. Of course, tonight, do remember for masterclass students, okay, we will start the first day of the masterclass tonight, and I will see you at tonight's sections. Okay, thank you and see you.